Radio Paranormal.
Welcome to Radio Paranormal.
Hello, just me. Hopefully, okay. Hi, everyone. Right now, it's just me. Hopefully, Brandon will be back. I'm not sure what happened. Welcome to Radio Paranormal. Here he is. Hi.
I don't know what that was. That was odd.
I don't know what that was
You
either.
need to hire a new producer is what you need. Because this one, the one you got right now, sucks.
Your brain is elsewhere, I think.
I think, man, it's just been a crappy, we get all the rain and it's cold and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, we've been soggy here too.
I mean, we need the rain. Our lakes are like 5 feet below normal, but yeah, it makes you just want to go to bed early. You know what makes you not want to go to bed early?
What?
Bubbles.
Bubbles. That's true.
Bubbles.
We had bubbles here last Sunday.
Tell me about these bubbles. Oh, hey, there's Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
So last Sunday was the second annual Bubble Day here in the French Quarter.
Got it.
This is how we protest ugly neighbors in New Orleans. So, dude bought a condo, and this guy's local. He's part of a very major business here in the French Quarter. You can't tell me he didn't know this went on, but a lot of businesses here use bubble machines. Keeps mosquitoes away, draws attention, things like that. This bar called MRB, Mississippi River Bottom is what it stands for, has blown these bubbles, had this bubble machine. I can't tell you. I can't remember when they didn't have it. And I lived in the quarter for 15 years. So dude buys condo. Dude starts calling cops on MRB for the bubble machine.
Don't you call it nothing on Mississippi River Bottom now. That sounds like fighting words.
Well, it's not illegal. It's a civil matter. So the cops would just show up. It'd be an inconvenience, stuff like that. So dude goes on the news, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. It's hot. Soap dries on your car. Not a good thing. So I get that part. However, his approach was horrible. He proceeded to say how he could not enjoy his very expensive, and he used these words, very expensive bourbon on his balcony for fear a bubble would get in it. And that it was ruining and getting on his very expensive make and model that he mentioned car. Yeah, that doesn't sit well here. So in the passive aggressive fashion that the French Quarter is, and I do kind of like this part of it, they threw a bubble party last year.
A bubble party. Okay, last year it turned out wonderful.
Bar, everybody brought bubble machines, handheld, dressed up in bubble costumes to protest his protest because there wasn't a damn thing you could do about it.
I love that.
So this year they did it again. So it's going to be an annual event protesting his protest about bubbles from a bar that has blown bubbles for years and years and years and years and years. He could not have looked at this condo before he bought it without getting hit in the face by a bubble. It's not like he didn't know. So yeah, that's how we protest protesters.
I want a t-shirt from the bubble thing. I think that should be a thing.
It should be a thing. People dressed up in costumes. I was sick. I could not go.
How could you not go? Like, I don't care if you're on your deathbed. I don't care if you're locked down in the middle of the ocean on a cruise ship.
You still go to Bubble Day.
My
neighbors even had a pregame bubbles event at their house before everyone went to Bubble Day.
See, you should have gone to Bubble Day.
Yeah. So that is New Orleans. We don't riot. We don't burn stuff. We just blow bubbles.
And the bubbles. I can't wait.
Baby throw a parade.
To get down there. Oh yeah, and then the parades, and then sometimes they would throw coconuts. Not anymore.
Nope, they have to hand them now.
Yeah,
they used to. They hand them.
Somebody throws a nut in my face.
That happened to some people last night on the ghost hunts.
I will get into that. You know what else we need to get into?
What?
What is this New Orleans Paracon? What is this? I'm going to click this. This pops up. Talk about it. What is it?
It is the first ever Paracon in New Orleans, sponsored by New Orleans Paranormal Society, Haunted History Tours, and Ghost of Augustine. It is July 31st to August 2nd. Look at those packages.
Look at
those packages.
Look at
all of those. If you don't have a ghost hunt included in your package, because some of them do, you can add those on. So have lots and lots to do. So all those prices are per couple, except for the weekend passes and day passes. You can take a ghost hunt with you in a scammementary.
Well, it'll be in a scammementary. It'll be in a Masonic scammementary. I'm not gonna be able to continue saying that, but that's gonna be fun. And that'll
be fun. And then we're going to have a haunted hotel buyout at the Andrew Jackson Hotel. And on Saturday night, folks, just announced, we already have some celebrities at that ghost hunt. But we just found out that the godfather of the paranormal, Mr. John Davis, is going to make an appearance at that ghost hunt at the Andrew Jackson Hotel. So get your tickets now.
Ooh, I am jealous.
Ron and Lourdes are going to be there. I think Letriona Terry Brown is going to be there tonight. Please, don't quote me, folks. I've heard so many versions of who's going to be where. I forget. And then what else do we have? Oh, the Voodoo House.
Yep.
That is another ghost hunt we could do Friday or Saturday. Andrew Jackson is Friday and Saturday, and the scammementary bus hunt is Friday, Saturday. And if we get enough interest, we will roll that sucker out on Sunday night too. So
hey, and let's do it. So let's fill up that bus Sunday, because that'll give me 2 days to get used to the place. Maybe we'll get, I don't know.
Maybe you'll get some rapport. And the weekend with Patty Negri, Sam Beltrusis, and Father Sebastian. You want to know how many tickets are left?
I'm going to say there are 2 tickets left. I don't know, but
so that's an intimate experience as well. It's only 10 tickets. We're going to try to add on a few more if we can. We move the dinner down into a different space. We're working on that. But right now, as it stands, you only have 2 left. So
look
2.
Look at this. 2. Look at this guy. I got a fresh cut too. I'm like less Willie Nelson, more like Kenny Rogers, I guess.
it really kind of is. Yeah, I like it.
It really is. I'll be the gambler. And you know what else is a huge gamble? That's taking haunted objects into your house.
It is.
I have one supposed haunted object that is in this house, and it's apparently I have a corner. I never knew, like we pay good money for this place. And I thought this whole place was ours. But no. Not when I bring in a haunted object. That's when my wife tells me that I have a specific corner of a room that I'm allowed to put that in, and that is all. So I don't know. I don't know. Do you know anybody? That does haunted dolls and maybe making an appearance at the New Orleans Paracon?
I do. So we just made a deal with this lovely lady, Jolene Riley of the Gettysburg Museum of Haunted Objects. She is our guest tonight. She is going to have a mini museum exhibit for people to go into. It is a little extra charge. We'll get through all of that later. Going to be very affordable though, but this is the first anyone has heard about it. We're so excited, especially with John Zaffis there. Maybe he'll walk through it. I don't know. Maybe.
That'd be so cool.
That would be so cool. So yes, Miss Jolene has signed. Hello, beautiful Heather, with us, and we are very excited to bring all her haunted objects there and
So,
learn more about the things.
without further ado, and I'm just gonna have to just get it out of the way for the Paracon. We're gonna bring on Jolene, 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 Jolene.
You can yell at him for that song.
Hi,
Jolene, can you hear us? Jolene, hello.
hello.
I don't know if she can hear us. Can she see us? I don't know.
I don't know. It could be the haunted dolls.
It could be.
Let's pull her down. Let's say hello to some people that are tuning in. And let's try it again. Jolene, can you hear us? Does anybody that's running production right now have her number? Oh yeah, there's nobody running it but me. Crap.
I can get her. Can you hear us?
Okay, I'm gonna pull her down so nothing untoward happens.
All right, we'll see if she responds. Jolene,
Okay.
let us know. Message me when you can hear us and you're ready to come on. So we're super excited to have her. We've been wanting some kind of interactive exhibit on the
Hello, Thomas.
she
Patrick
says
Gorman.
she cannot hear us. I'm going to ask her to exit and come back.
Yeah, she did. She did. She's out. So
Okay. So we've been super excited. Hello. Okay. Heather. Who else? Mom. I know. Mom, you don't worry. I don't bring any haunted objects into the house. We only have one, and there's a story behind that. And this one also was served in World War II, so he's okay. He's fine. Oh, what did she say? Okay, she's exiting and coming back in. So maybe. Who is this? Duke? I can't say that. Can you?
Duke is Nestle. Well, whatever it is, God loves you, and this is true.
Thank you very much. It was a positive message.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that.
Spam. Hi, Jimmy. Okay, that's fun. So yes, we're gonna be having lots of.
Here we go.
Here we go. Let's try her again.
We're gonna bring her back on stage.
Again? Can you hear us?
I can hear you now.
Okay,
hey, we're back on track, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay!
So do I have to sing that song again or no? Or
I don't know. She might get mad at you.
Yeah, we're just gonna not sing the Dolly Parton version.
Oh, I knew it was that song. I knew it.
Yeah, I had to go ahead and just get it out.
That's okay. Get out of your system. Yeah.
I mean, I'm literally maybe 70 miles from where Dolly Parton lives.
Oh, cool.
So
yeah, she's a great artist.
Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up and let y'all talk and go.
Well, this is the first I've met Jolene. She's talked to my other half. So welcome. Thank you. And tell us all about your haunted museum and all the things. We're excited to have you.
Well, thank you. And we're equally excited to be a part of this grand event. We really appreciate it. It's quite the honor. And we're really excited to bring some of our museum south to see you guys at the Paracon. It'll be the first time that we've taken our museum or a portion of it to New Orleans. So that'll be exciting for us. And we're anxious to share the history of Gettysburg and some history from all around the world. We have a number of wonderful artifacts and haunted objects and cursed items that are really quite interesting. I think you're going to have a great time having them there. I know we're going to be excited to share them, like I said.
I think it's going to be a great. So tell us a little bit about, can you share with us anything, maybe a sneak peek of one or two things we get to see?
Sure, I guess I can do a little sneak preview. Not going to give all of them away.
Right.
One of our showcase pieces that we're taking, it's a fan favorite of the museum. It's one of my personal favorites. It's from the Mumford Farm, and that was one of the first and largest Confederate field hospitals in Gettysburg.
Mhm.
And the owner of the farmhouse, who he resides in the farmhouse to this day, he is actually has donated the on loan the actual amputation board from that field hospital, and that amputation board still has the saw marks from the amputations, from the saws, and it also has blood stains, and it has a lot of energy. That's one piece that we allow our guests to interact with, so
Oh
they
wow.
can actually touch that piece.
Oh, cool.
And oh, it is, and a lot
Oh,
of people
wow.
feel an energy, a sensation of energy, and sometimes they feel a sadness come over them after touching the board. They've made a connection with the past, so we're really, really honored to have that piece. And
Ooh.
Tom Carafa is the gentleman who has donated that on loan to the museum. That's one piece we're really excited about.
Well, you had me at historic Gettysburg stuff. I'm a
Mm.
huge I got to experience, what was it, last year? I was at the Gettysburg Bash up there,
Mm-hmm,
hosted by Pam and Steve Berry. Shout out to them,
mm-hmm.
love you guys. They were awesome. Oh, but I got to do a little behind the scenes. I got to go to the orphanage after hours, and I got to see some of the history. And I didn't get into the paranormal because of history, but I stay because of history. And so this
Mhm.
excites me. So sorry, I had to nerd out a little bit.
Well, they go hand in hand, and I'm always down for a good backstory, which is one reason why our museum is so successful, because we just don't have the artifacts and the exhibits. We actually give guided tours, so our guests are hearing the backstories of these amazing pieces they're we have things, like I said, from Gettysburg, but we also have things from Africa. We have them from pretty much every place you can think of. Japan. We've got some from World War II, but again, we do have a healthy collection from the Civil War as well. But even though our name is Gettysburg Museum of Haunted Objects, it's certainly not just exclusive to Gettysburg. But we're really happy to be in the historic town, haunted town of Gettysburg. That's where our home base is. But and that gives an extra energy too, as you know. All that granite quartz in the
Oh
ground.
yeah. Oh.
It stirs up some energy. Absolutely. So the Mumford amputation board is one piece we'll be bringing to your event. And again, thank you for having us. Another one that we're going to be bringing is going to be a another fan favorite. It's a very, very old typewriter. It's a Royal typewriter, and it was the very first portable typewriter. So
Okay.
you imagine when the laptops came out, the first laptops, people were a little skeptical as to their
I
durability.
I remember when they came out. So
Right.
yes.
There you go. Well, I mean, it's a new technology and people might think they're fragile. Well, it wasn't any different back then when they had the portable typewriters. And this typewriter that we have in our collection, it has beautiful glass keys, and they, as a promotion piece to ensure the consumers that the typewriter was indeed safe to travel with, they actually dropped them out of single engine planes to the
No.
ground. Dropped them down. Can you imagine, looking in your neighbor's yard and here comes a typewriter? But
I
they were
mean,
indeed portable.
hey, Nancy.
They were durable, so they made it, and they were very popular. And how I acquired that particular piece is pretty cool. If you'd like to hear that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
All
please.
right. Well, it was in the Civil War home in Gettysburg on Baltimore Street. Baltimore Street is known for paranormal activity. There's very few homes or businesses that don't experience something on that part of town. So I had just gotten into my office at Gettysburg Ghost Tours, and I had received a message from a couple that had moved into a particular house, a Civil War house on Baltimore Street. And they claimed a lot of things were happening that they were very uneasy about. And they had heard about me, and could I please come over and take a look, maybe do a little investigation, see what's going on. And they had described that the landlord had told them that they could put some of their things in the basement. And so they went down to the basement and they saw what they said was a creepy old typewriter on the shelf. So they moved the typewriter over on the dusty shelf. The above them there's this really scary looking little light bulb hanging from the rafters, like from a horror movie, just one single bulb, and it
Right.
starts to
Right.
flicker. It starts to flicker, right? So they tighten the light bulb. They go upstairs to get some of their belongings. A few minutes later, they return to the basement, and that so-called creepy typewriter had moved itself back to the original spot on the dusty shelf. And
Oh,
then, and then the light that they had just recently tightened dims completely and leaves them in the dark. They run upstairs, and a number of other things happen to them in that home. But after a thorough investigation, well, they actually moved out before we gave them all of our findings. But and you really couldn't blame them really from everything they were experiencing. But we started investigating in the house. Because no one would really live in the home, we arranged investigations with the public there. We deemed it safe to do that, and the typewriter stayed there for a number of years while we were doing the investigations, and never failed to amuse people with its antics. And we surmised after many years that there was a writer attached to the typewriter. And being a writer myself, I also became attached to the typewriter. So now you've got a spiritual attachment and a physical attachment now to this typewriter. And the homeowner allowed me to take the typewriter with me, and I did move into a building across the street called the Tilly Pierce House. In me and a couple of partners purchased that in, and I would write some of my books in the building, and it was a working in at the time, and so some of our guests would claim they heard the typewriter clicking away, which it wasn't me using the typewriter, and I was using a
Right.
keyboard, but I was out on investigations till 2 in the morning. So there wouldn't have been any key, strokes happening while I was away. And when I moved from that building into a different home, I took the typewriter with me, and I didn't put it up on a shelf. I put it on the floor next to my writer's desk for the time being. And I came home from work, and everything was all over the floor off of my desk, and I put everything back. The next day it happened again. I don't live near a railroad, which may have caused vibration. At the time, I didn't have any pets, and I didn't have anyone else living with me. So I put two and two together, and I thought, well, maybe it feels dishonored. And I put the typewriter up on the desk, and it hasn't had any problems since then with mass destruction. But I did put it in the museum, and that brings me to another point. A good number of the exhibits in the museum currently are from my personal collection. And I feel so grateful that I'm able to share them with the public. It's a great way to educate people. Not every haunted object is attached with a demon or is dangerous. Now, some are and have to be handled more carefully, but a good number of them are really not anything that you have to really, worry about your life at stake. But
yeah.
it's great to have them where people can look at them and maybe in some cases touch them.
Well, you'll have to come to the Voodoo House investigation if you have time, because there is a spirited object there that we interact with named Michael,
Oh,
and he's a bear. So you'll have to. He's like a little circus bear. He's so cute. He's got a little stand. Yeah, he's like rawr, rawr. No, and so I'll leave everyone hanging, because it'd be cool if you're able to make it to see what you think of Michael. So he's
Michael the circus bear.
Michael the circus bear. Yeah, we know who it is. I'll put
Oh,
it. We do know who it is that's there. So it's not and verified with the owner of the property and the bear.
mhm.
So, and they were actually very shocked when we said, "Hey, do you know blah blah blah?" And gave them all this information. They're like, "Yeah, actually, I do."
Oh,
So it'll be fun. What in the Sam heck made you start keeping these things? Jeez.
what a good
That was good.
question.
That was good. That's a good question. I like how
It
you
is
did.
a good question. It's a
My
great
husband
question.
wants a haunted museum and he wants haunted dolls, and I tell him absolutely, positively not. I have enough dead people in my house already.
Whoa, what do you mean by that? That's kind of scary. She's got
You
enough
don't
dead people in
you
her
don't want
pretty
to mess
house.
with that
Girl, I
lady.
live in the French Quarter, so yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's all
I
you need
gotcha.
to say.
I hear you. Well, and like I said, it's a great question. I didn't go about um, collecting things to put them in a museum for the public. It just kind of happened. Just like this career in the paranormal kind of just happened for me. It wasn't something I planned. It just happened organically. I had acquired some things over the years from investigations I was doing, for myself and then for others that needed help. And then people would bring me things. It's just like, for example, a good analogy is, you've got maybe a person in your neighborhood, and you know that she'll take cats and take care of them, and then all of a sudden, she's getting all these people dropping cats off to her, and I have that too. People will drop something off. Sometimes they ask before they drop it off, and sometimes they don't. And instead
Right.
of getting a basket of kittens on my porch, I get a basket of haunted dolls, or so-called haunted dolls, because you don't necessarily know that initially. But I'm happy to help people if they really have a need to rid themselves of something that they feel uncomfortable with. And some of the items make it into the museum, and some don't. We have a criteria that they must meet. We test them thoroughly. And again, I had a number of things over the years that I kept safe and out of the public's eye that I might share with friends or family, and sometimes I'd bring them to a book signing. But like the typewriter, I did bring that to my second book signing, I think. And so now, having the opportunity to actually have a brick and mortar, so to speak, building to be able to house some of them, not all of them. Right now there's 140 or so exhibits currently at the Museum of Haunted Objects in Gettysburg, but that is certainly a small portion of what I actually own currently.
Yeah.
So and we rotate them out. Sometimes we'll put something in and then take something out, and they don't always play nice with one another either. There's occasions like children who don't get along, like to separate them and see what works next to which exhibits, and then also what exhibits can be interacting with people and which ones can't. And it's a lot of responsibility. It's we don't take it lightly, myself and
Right.
my partners, because we want people to be safe. We want them to have a great time while they're in the museum, but we don't want them scarred for life, obviously.
Yeah, let's hope no.
No.
We don't. I mean, what do it? No, we don't do it.
Well,
No.
I think if is it situational? No, is it not?
I
No,
mean,
no.
would it be like? I mean, would it make them come back? Ooh, I'm going down a dark road. I apologize.
That's
Just let me be. I was in the Marine Corps and I'm dark humor and I was a
No,
firefighter.
no, that's quite all right. Hey,
I
I
mean,
I actually have some dark humor as well, doing what I do.
I bet. I bet.
I think we all kind of have to
Yep,
in this field to be able to
comes
get.
with
Yeah,
the territory. Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay.
We
So
do.
yeah,
Comes with
well,
the territory.
we're in good company then.
I would agree with you, absolutely. So we'll be
So
bringing
what?
some of them with us.
What? You got me at typewriter too, because once I
Okay.
get a new, we get a new place, I'm gonna start collecting typewriters
Oh.
because I that's a thing. Uh, actually, there's somebody. Well, they were watching. I don't know if they still are, but we all go uh, antiquing together. My
Oh, cool.
me, my wife, and her and her husband, and
Mm-hmm.
I always looking. So yeah, the typewriter because you think about it, like somebody poured their heart and soul and
Mm-hmm.
their time and their physical energy into making whatever it is. So I don't know.
Absolutely. And it's yeah, absolutely. Get your hands on one of those royals though with the glass keys. They're amazing.
Yeah, I
If you
can't wait. Well,
but
and as Nancy said, 20th person in the door gets an attachment. Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
oh
That's
my gosh.
that's the
Oh,
For
greatest
free.
marketing ever.
no attachments. Our goal is no attachments.
Right, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
If
We
you
We
always
get an
tell
attachment, you can come back half price or something.
there you go. Is that is painless, from what I understand, just to get there.
Oh, we try our very best, and we do get that question a lot when people come in. Well, how safe is this? Is anything going to come back with us? And they're walking around Gettysburg, mind you,
Right.
with spirits walking up and down the street and walking
Yeah.
through the battlefields. They're more likely to have a spirit attachment, in that scenario than what we have at the museum. Where, we're extremely careful, and we'll be doing the same thing at the Paracon that you folks are holding to make sure that anyone going through the immersive museum will not have any issues with that.
Well, we thank you because you heard what happened when Annabelle was here, right?
Yes, I've heard I've heard the Annabelles. Yeah, I've heard the Annabelle stories. We don't want
People,
any issues.
people have
No.
attributed those events to her, but I mean, whatever. I don't know. You don't
Well,
But
know.
that's the thing with this field. That's the thing. Um, you, everyone has opinions on things, and obviously, that we all have a right to our opinions. And um, people bring us things, and we may not feel the energy that they felt from it. The energy may be, coming from them. It might be something
right.
that's working specific with them. But I do know that if we have, because we do have some objects that we will not travel with. They're not if like the planes, you go to the airlines, they have certain things you can't take on a plane.
Right.
Well, we've got some no fly objects as well. They're not getting in cars and going on road trips, and they're not going to go to Paracons. They're just not. And that's our decision.
Yeah.
That's our personal decision. Like, again, we're just, you know very respectful and very careful. Not to say anyone else isn't, but that's just our
Yeah.
our
And
philosophy.
since we're at the 30-minute mark, where can you come see this great museum and the great cool Paracon she's talking about? Look, I push this button, this comes up. The New Orleans Paracon. I'm learning how to click buttons and do advertisements, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all better look out. Fox News or whatever. No, God, no. Never mind. Newsmax, baby. I'm coming. Oh, come to the first ever in the French Quarter, New Orleans Paracon, www.neworleansparacon.com. We got packages. All these packages are per couple. Come hang out with us, please.
And then add on a ghost hunt or a Patty Negri experience or all the things.
Definitely go through the haunted museum that will be available. That's
Yes.
kind of a must, really. Like, if it's available,
You have to.
you got
have
to do it.
So you'll have your own room too in the Paracon for all of these fun objects. So, okay. Something I think that people don't realize is that not everything in the paranormal is scary. Some of these spirits are funny.
It's true.
Do you
That's
have
true.
do you have any story? Do you have any objects where that object is just makes you laugh? Like they've done things that you like, oh my gosh, I can't believe.
Absolutely. And again, like the typewriter, it's not an evil
Yeah.
force of any kind. We do have some that are a little on the nasty side, but we do have some that are just mischievous. They do like to get attention. We have a doll that we'll be bringing named Rosie.
Oh,
Rosie is Rosie. Everyone likes the dolls. Rosie is a very old porcelain doll that is thought to be a memorial doll. And what they would do a very long time ago, although today it's not something we would probably consider, but the doll has real human teeth and real human hair. And that's creepy enough as it is, but she also is known to tug on clothing if you get close to her. She really, you'll hear her giggling, and she does have a winning personality that draws in kids and adults. And we acquired her through someone who was doing people go to auctions and yard sales, and then they resell things. I'm sure you've
Yep.
encountered some friends like that, and that's fun.
Yep.
So someone that we know was doing just that, and his daughter really loved this particular doll, and she wanted to keep it. So he told her, "Yeah, you can take it. It's at the bottom of a box lot. It's not in good shape." Well, she didn't keep it very long. She wanted to get rid of it. So he asked if he could donate it to the museum, and we said, sure, we'll consider, we'll definitely take it off your hands. We'll consider it putting in a museum, which we did, and it became very popular. And prior to going into the museum, though, we tested it out at one of our ghost hunting locations, the pre-Civil War schoolhouse called the McCurdy Schoolhouse. And there's a lot of children's spirits there. And we thought, what better place to, check, to test Rosie out. So we put her on the windowsill, and within 24 hours or so, she disappears. The window is broken from the inside and she's gone. My investigator who went to the location that night reported back that Rosie was gone and the window was broken from the inside when he arrived.
Okay.
Now, keeping in mind no one can get into the schoolhouse once our investigators lock the door, they can't. So everything's closed. The doll was there when he left. So I had just assumed somehow someone stole or took her off. And the next day, this investigator reported that he wasn't going into the building. This is someone who's been with us for decades, he's almost a decade at this point. He was scared. He didn't want to go in the building. He said, because she's sitting on the windowsill now. She's
Oh,
sitting on the windowsill.
no.
So here's
Uh-uh.
my take on it. The way I'm looking at it is someone took her and decided they did not want to keep her because she was causing them problems. So I guess it also depends, just like we interact with different people in various ways, I'm
Yeah.
sure the objects do as well. I know that some that have been known to bother some people have been quite friendly with others. Rosie being one of them. So she's one of our favorites. She'll be taking the road trip with us.
Oh,
Oh, sweet.
You'll
Because,
that'll
get to meet her.
the
that'll
world needs more freaking creepy ass dolls.
Well, yeah, I don't think she's gonna burn anything down or anything like that. She
I
hasn't
mean,
done that yet. She's been in 2 buildings so far and hasn't. But worst she's done is tugged on someone's clothing. So
Oh,
well,
that's
okay.
good.
We're good with
That's
that.
good.
We're all right
That's
with that.
good. So now you said you have a paranormal team. What's the name of your team?
the Gettysburg Paranormal Association.
And how long have you guys been doing what you do?
Well, we've been doing public investigations through Gettysburg Ghost Tours since 2009. But prior to that, oh my gosh, I was doing that for 20 years prior. So I'm very old and been doing this a very long time. We've got a great team. And one of my partners is one of my business partners, was one of the first people to form Gettysburg Paranormal Association with me as well. He's our tech guy and he's the more serious of the group. He's very analytical and he is very safety oriented. So it's
Right.
great to have him as a partner for the museum because you need someone who's going to look beyond the obvious to ensure people's safety and logistics for layouts and such. So it's nice to have other people on the team that bring other gifts and talents to the table.
100%. So you do public hunts in Gettysburg. Is that nightly?
Yes, we do them nightly.
And where can people find out about it?
Well, they can go to gettysburgghosttours.com or they can go to Gettysburg Museum of Haunted Objects.com.
And they can get tickets to your museum as well.
Oh yeah, and we do that. We do that nightly as well. We have hour-long tours. We have after-hour tours, which are 90 minutes and a little more immersive. And then we have the midnight at the museum, where they get to interact and touch some of the objects and go a little deeper, along with a guided tour. So they get a little of everything with that one.
So have you used like any ITC with any of your objects?
Yes, we have.
Have you
Mhm.
fun stuff gotten on there? I mean, do you get anything you think is
We
relevant?
We've gotten a number of things, and like I said, we do some testing before objects are put in the museum for a number of reasons. And my business partner Patrick, he's the one that takes care of all of that. I have the a different job with the museum, but that's his job. He does all the testing, and again, um, he's our tech guy, so he's perfect for that. We've gotten some voice phenomena over the years. We've had video footage of things moving. We've had a picture that we just, oh, this is a crazy picture we got. A guest was doing one of the immersive experiences. They took a picture of this bead that was supposedly found by a family many, many years ago in a Native American burial area. And each of the women in the family had a bead, and they made them into necklaces. And each one of the women saw um, female women shadow figures, and they heard hissing and chanting and really kind of creepy stuff. But only the women in the family had this experience, and we were given one of the beads. Someone pleaded with us to take the bead. They wanted to get rid of it, and because it was causing bad luck. And well, within a week of having it in the museum, all kind of crazy stuff happens. A lot of voice phenomena, high EMF readings, and someone took a picture, and above it, like hovering above, which is impossible, there is a shadow figure of a woman. So it's crazy. We'll try to bring a copy of that with us to the Paracon. So
That'll be cool. I
Yeah.
like to
yeah.
see that kind of data too.
Of course, and we always assume something is not paranormal in nature, and then
Yeah.
we move from that. And as
Right.
exciting as it is, you have to be analytical. Even though
Yeah.
I'm not as analytical as Patrick, but he's rubbed off on me that but we can't assume everything is ghostly
No, and
or
I try to tell people like 98% of the
yes,
paranormal is boredom.
Yeah.
yeah, or a very active imagination. I would agree with that.
I mean,
Absolutely.
it really like you're not. It's not like the TV where you walk
No.
into a place and all of a sudden a guy named Zach's throwing himself against a wall or something. You know,
Yeah, it's not like that. No, it's
no,
not. And when we do public investigations, we always tell the folks on the investigation before going out. We ask them. We said, "Have you watched the TV shows?" And they'll all raise their hand. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We've watched them. And then that we say back to them, "Well, you've had some couch. You've had some couch experience.
yep,
It's not the same thing as actually doing this, as you know, and because you have to debunk, you've got to look for other reasons for something happening. But then when you don't have anything and you've isolated every possibility and you have the real deal, oh, it's so exciting.
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean,
Oh
if you
yeah, yeah, yeah.
if you think about an hour TV show, 15 minutes commercials,
Hmm.
right? Then you
Yep,
have intros, then you have the history of the property, then you have the interviews, then you have the setup, right? And
yep,
these take place over a night or two. And
Hmm.
then you have the one or two pieces of evidence they play 16 times.
right.
Right,
That
right,
that's how they roll. We tell because we do public hunts here in New Orleans too.
right, right.
So we tell people that. But this can't wait till you come here.
Well, we're really excited about it, and we really are. New Orleans is a fabulous town. It's steeped in history, and it's got. I mean, Gettysburg and New Orleans. What a combination for
Yeah,
paranormal. I mean,
yeah.
you don't get better than that. What a pair up.
So, well, we have a Native American panel. I wish you were bringing that bead with you. It would be very
Oh,
interesting
yeah, yeah.
but the
That.
picture was going to be great for that panel to weigh in on too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what tribe they're from?
That I don't know. I'd have to. That's a new piece for us. We have
Okay.
not had it that long. Yeah, definitely a new piece, and I know that we have that information. That is not one that's going to be traveling with us.
Yeah. We
That
don't
one
know.
is not. Yeah, and and we do need to be careful. That's definitely one that's in case that we are going to bring some nefarious objects though. So
Yeah.
Now,
they're not
what are
all
the
they're not all
what are the
super nice.
what are the odds that next time I'm up in Gettysburg we can take a look at that bead?
100%. It's on display. So you
Got it.
come and see
Nice.
it for sure.
Okay. Because I need to
So
make another trip up there. So,
Oh yeah, please come and see us. We'd love to have you.
Chris and I have never been.
Oh,
what?
then
Come
you must
on.
you've
Then
got to
come
get
on.
there. Yeah,
We have
absolutely.
never been.
We need to do a live episode from Gettysburg.
We
Right
do.
at the museum. You could do live from the museum.
We should do that. Bring
Oh,
some Supernatural Inc. ITC with us.
There you
oh
go.
yeah. Oh, I'll grab that. I'll grab plenty of equipment. I might even. I'm working on a new piece of equipment right now that I'm not going to talk about because Jen, you don't even know about that one. So
Oh,
I got some. Yeah, I got some new stuff that I'm just working on because I'm bored and I'm retired.
It's
So
super, super secret.
super secret
super
squirrel
secret.
stuff because I don't even know what it's gonna do until I get it all together. So, but yeah, we bring ITC. Oh, that'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll have to do that.
Yeah, we
Have
definitely like to have you here.
Have your people come, my people.
So you have like an estimate of how many objects you're going to bring? Or are you still trying to figure out what you want to bring?
No, I think we're gonna bring around 24, 25 at this point.
Fun. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we're trying to get to as much space as possible in that. And, we're already looking at additional spaces for next year.
Great.
So, and at the Astor Crown Plaza, there is another room downstairs. I think it's called the St. Charles Room. We
Mhm.
can't have it on the weekend. We have it. There's an event on Sunday, which
Gotcha.
is why we didn't want to have it for just one day, especially for
Mhm.
something like you, setting it up,
Right.
taking it down, all the things. So hopefully next year, if we stay at the Astor, we'll have that St. Charles Room. That is massive. Like we're talking
Right.
haunted museum, maybe an escape room, that it could fit a
Sure.
few things
Great.
down there. So
Well, we
hopefully
appreciate you accommodating us. We're excited to share our objects with you guys.
oh, we're so excited. This is one of the things, not the one thing. One of the things Chris has just been, we have to have a haunted museum. We have to, because John's bringing a couple things, Father
Yeah.
Bob bringing some positive stuff. We'll
Mhm.
have a couple things here and there, but nothing like what you're bringing. And that was one thing is everyone wants to see the haunted objects.
Well, and
They're
also,
they're very popular. Yes.
Lee Triana's going to be down there. That was her. That's her whole show. Was the
I
we
was
do
on
that.
her show. Yeah, I was actually on an
So,
episode.
oh, awesome! So you guys
Yeah.
have already met. So
She's
she'll be
wonderful.
there with her team.
Yeah. I'm excited. I saw your lineup and I was like, I know her. She's great. She's a wonderful human being and very talented. So we're super excited that she's there. And John Zaffis, we have a massive respect for him. He's one of our favorites. His philosophies are very much in line with what we do. I yeah, he's a good guy. So I'm glad you guys have such great folks coming to the Paracon. We're,
Yeah,
like I said,
John is
super
great.
honored. He
Well,
is. Yeah.
Well, I'd say then Sam Baltrusis. He's amazing.
He is.
I'm honored to call him a friend. There's a few people I've never met in this lineup, but the people that I have met are my friends. So it's just, it's gonna be a fun environment, at least for the speakers and whatnot.
Well, it sounds like you guys put together a wonderful event for not only the people that are participating as vendors or exhibitors or panelists, but also for the guests. It sounds like it's going to be
Yeah.
amazing.
We're excited. It'll be so Ron Iacovetti and Lourdes Gonzalez, they do what's called the digital seance experience. It is the most unique ITC you'll ever see.
I was just on a show with them last night.
I saw for a minute.
Yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
It was in Ireland. So
Oh, nice.
It looked like I couldn't stay on. We were in the middle of getting ready for hunts, but they're going to be there. So maybe they can bring his little device in there and see.
So cool.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be great.
That'll be at the Voodoo House as well. Angel Morgan's going to be there. She's a pet. She's more than that. She's a fantastically talented psychic medium, but she does a lot of pet communication. So, do you have
Wow.
anything that are associated with animals in your museum?
Hmm. Uh, I'm trying to. I've got so many things. I don't know. I can't. I don't think so offhand. But I want to say that I'm not 100% sure. I don't recall immediately offhand if I have anything that pertains to any animals or pets. But I might be wrong. I might be stage
You have
fright
an
right now.
entire
I don't know.
you have an entire museum filled with stuff related to the filthiest animal on the planet, humans.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
that's
mean,
true. We do have a skin decanter that we're bringing,
oh
but
what?
again, that's
Yeah,
human skin, so that's
right.
Wait,
Yeah,
what is that?
you
What
don't.
is
it's not one of my favorite pieces, but the people like it. It's a decanter made with human skin.
Like a wine
Oh,
decanter.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was a thing. People have done that.
yeah, I
People,
don't.
yeah, I know. To
I
me,
mean,
it's kind of
whatever.
like gross, but it's got a lot of energy and it does some creepy stuff. But we have that. We're gonna bring that with us.
reminds me of Ed Gein.
Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah. No, that stuff like freaks me out. It really does. But someone asked us to please take it, and we have it in the museum because it's definitely has earned its place on one of
Fair,
our shelves. Yeah, yeah, it's
fair,
earned its
fair
place.
enough.
I
Yeah.
thought so. Skin decanter. All I'm thinking is like something that you put like skin in. I didn't know it was like one made. I was like, wait a minute, tell me like what?
No, well, it's kind of like when people use
Sorry, I'm shedding.
like a crocodile shoes, but instead it's a decanter, but it's got human
Right,
skin. It's
right.
yeah, it's
Oh my
yeah. Well,
word.
you come across things. I mean, you just do it,
You
and
never
some
know
people
what you're
get.
gonna find in your
You
grandpa's
don't.
attic.
Oh, you really don't. And
No,
we don't go out trying to collect stuff either. Like, we're not like on the hunt for this stuff. People beg us sometimes to please take something off their hands. I had an acquaintance, a very good friend of mine. She was at home with her family and they have a ring camera on their door. And they happened to see this family, the husband and wife, dressed like in Sunday best, like they just come out of church. And they literally jumped out of their station wagon and took this rocking chair out of the back of it and plopped it down on their front lawn and left it there. And their initial reaction was like, "This is weird and freaky and funny." And also, why are you dumping your trash on our lawn? But
right.
then it quickly became like you could hear them screaming on the ring camera, and it's catching all of this on film. They recorded it. They actually the arm was broken off of this rocking chair, and the broken arm was sitting on the seat, the cushioned seat, and you can see it rise up from the seat and go right back onto the chair. It
Okay, yeah.
reattached itself on its own. So of course, my friend and her boyfriend and the kids were freaking out, and she's calling me up. She goes, I have to, you have to take it. So and so is going to drop it off to you right now. You got to take it. And normally I'm like, well, wait. What do you mean? I don't know that I have to take it, but she was a friend, so I said, all right, yeah, let's bring it bring it over here, and we'll take a look. And that was an item that I actually had to dispose of. That
Really?
no, yeah, that was not a good. That was a bad. That was a bad object. That was not staying in the museum. And it was, and I have the video. I'm trying to figure out how to get it. I know someone better than I can put it up once a little. I want to do like a video screen
Yeah,
and have it play in the museum because I don't want the object in there, but the rocket and it's weird, very very weird. So
bad chair. So okay,
We got
so
like
now
5 minutes left.
you're piquing my curiosity about what was on that chair.
I don't know what was on the chair. I just know that it didn't meet our criteria for safety when we tested it, and I also have to go by my gut feeling, which is almost always spot on. There was terrible energy coming from that chair. And I know that some people don't believe in energy reading. I do that. And this chair was not a good chair.
Yeah.
And I don't know, and then you look at the video and the people are dropping it off, and the fact that it could do that also is quite startling. I mean, if it can do that, what else can it do? And when I put it in the museum for a day, a lot of things happened that were unpleasant. And I mean, there have been two times we've had to close the museum down over the years, the 10 years we've been operating it, to readjust things or get rid of some things.
Wow.
Yeah,
Bad chair.
it's not all fun and games, kids.
No, no, it's not. But I bet that happens a lot less than often than TV wants to say anyway.
I agree, 100. Yeah, we don't sensationalize things. We'll tell you the truth, about every object that we have, and we certainly don't want to, insult anyone's intelligence. We have a great reputation. We really want to maintain that.
Well, sometimes the truth is better than anything TV can make up anyway.
That's the truth. You got that right. You're absolutely right. Good point.
There are the you can't make this shit up moments. You know what I mean?
And they're out there.
I've had a few of them. Yes, they sure are.
Where can people follow you? Where can they find you?
And buy your books. You said
buy
you
your
were
books.
Oh,
we
yeah,
can
that's
talk about
right.
the books.
Yeah, I actually have 3 books out already. The first was Ghostly Encounters of Gettysburg. The second, which is my favorite thus far, which is Ghost Hunting the Gettysburg Files. And my last book was The Haunted Tilly Pierce House. My next book that'll be coming out, hopefully, fingers crossed, not guaranteed, but hopefully by the time your event is here, is the Museum of Haunted Objects. So you can get those at by calling. Can I give a phone number out or?
Yeah. What is it?
Yeah, you can call 717-688-6129, which is a number for the Museum of Haunted Objects. And you can also book online, Gettysburg Museum of Haunted Objects.com.
And you have your ghost hunt tickets, right?
Yep. And Gettysburg Ghost Tours is gettysburgghosttours.com that offers ghost hunting nightly. And you can call 717-338-1818 for that.
Ghost tours, right? I'm typing it in.
Yeah, we do walking tours. I do those. Walking tours, ghost hunts, caravan tours. Got some books out in the museum. I'm pretty busy. Pretty busy lady.
Now, are you going to have any of the books at the Paracon?
Yes, we sure are. Our books, my books will be for sale at the table right before the entrance, right at the entrance of the museum, in fact.
Nice.
Well, make sure you get the books from the people so you can get it autographed.
Yes. Always important. Always. And if you already have some of her books, buy a ticket to the Paracon and bring it with you.
Absolutely. Yes. Please do.
You can autograph them. I'm sure you'd be more than happy to autograph her book for everybody, for sure. So
if the chair put itself back together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, thank God the damn.
hello, she's